Chaos theory asks a strange question. Can a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil genuinely cause a tornado in Texas? It sounds ridiculous, but it points to a terrifying truth about our world. The biggest events often start with the smallest moments. We all know the famous blunders, Blockbuster laughing at Netflix, Russia selling Alaska for spare change, but those are dinner table facts. I'm interested in the invisible walls around us, the mistakes so tiny that most people have no idea they're even in prison today for stories. 4 blunders so unbelievably minor that you'll find it hard to believe how much they V8 altered the world. Let's begin on a freezing mountain. It's 1894, on the highest mountain in Britain. A student named Charles Wilson is working at a remote weather observatory. The conditions are brutal, permanently freezing. But one morning, the storm clears. Wilson steps outside and sees his shadow cast onto the clouds below. As the sun breaks through, he witnesses something supernatural, a halo of rainbow light around his own head, a glory. He is mesmerized. He must know what causes it. Back in Cambridge, he builds a device to create clouds in a bottle, a cloud chamber. He cleans out all the dust, expecting the clouds to stop. They don't. Confused, he asks a physicist friend, Ernest Rutherford, for help. Rutherford suggests hitting it with X-ray. When they do, they capture something incredible, invisible streaks and spirals inside the machine. Rutherford realizes the truth. Wilson hasn't just built a weather tool. He has built the world's first window into the subatomic world. He has photographed particles. Wilson wanted to study weather, but he showed his toy to the wrong person. Rutherford ran with it. For the next 40 years, the cloud chamber became the standard for particle physics. It led to the discovery of the neutron, the electron microscope, and the foundation of quantum mechanics. Wilson won a Nobel Prize for radiation, not clouds. His mistake opened the atomic age. A beautiful cloud led to a mushroom cloud. A second blunder involves X-rays again, and it's a lesson in why we shouldn't blindly trust our heroes. It's Oxford, 1943. A statistician named Dr. Alice Stewart is hired to solve a mystery. Why are munitions workers getting sick? While everyone else looks at chemicals, she uses surveys. She asks about lifestyle. She discovers the cause was fumes trapped in the factory at night. A brilliant, low-cost solution. After the war, funding dries up. To get money, she tackles a terrifying trend. Childhood leukemia? Rates have tripled since 1930, with a tiny budget of just £1,000. She uses the same survey method. She travels across England, interviewing mothers of children who had died. She asks about everything: pets, diet, aerosols. Nothing stands out, except one thing. X-rays. Children who died of leukemia were 3 times more likely to have been X-rayed in the womb. She publishes her findings in 1956. X-raying a pregnant woman makes her child far more likely to develop cancer. This should have changed medicine overnight. It didn't, because a very famous doctor, Richard Dahl, pushed back. He had just proven smoking causes lung cancer. He was a giant. He published a smaller study claiming low-dose radiation was safe. The medical establishment, trusting the famous name, sided with Dahl. Why? Because we trust doctors. We want to believe they aren't hurting us. For 30 years, despite mounting evidence, the practice continued. It wasn't until 1980 that medical groups finally stopped routine X-rays on pregnant women. By then, millions of unborn children had been exposed. Dr. Stewart was right, but a trusted name and blind faith kept the world sick for a generation. Our third mistake takes us to 1955. President Eisenhower has a massive heart attack. The nation panics. The Cold War is, and a weak president is a vulnerability. Doctors scramble for a cause. Enter Dr. Ansel Keys. He looks at the American diet and points a finger at saturated fat, meat, dairy, eggs. His proof: a study of men in 7 countries showing those who ate more fat had more heart disease. His solution: cut fat down to 10% of your diet and replace it with carbohydrates and sugar. But a mild-mannered Englishman named John Yudkin disagreed. He argued sugar was the real culprit. He pointed to France. They eat tons of fat but have low heart disease. His study, Yudkin noted, left out countries that disproved his theory. So why do we all remember fat is bad? Because Ansel Keys was a ferocious debater. He'd shout down anyone who disagreed. Yudkin was quiet, plus the sugar industry loved Keys' theory. They funded his research and attacked Yukon Keys 1. His theory became the basis for US dietary guidelines in 1980. The age of low-fat began. Sugar was quietly added to everything. The result, obesity has skyrocketed. In 1980, 15% of Americans were obese. Now it's over 35%. In 2008, Oxford finally proved what Yudkin knew. There is no link between saturated fat and heart disease. The damage, however, is done. One heart attack, an overconfident doctor, and industry money changed the way the entire world eats. Our final mistake takes us back to the Napoleonic Wars. A French inventor, Philippe de Girard, figures out how to store food for years by sealing it in a metal can. He invented canned food. He should have been rich. But France's patent system was broken. The government decided his idea wasn't worthy and gave him nothing. Angry, Girard took his idea to England. He sold it for £1,000. English manufacturers began mass-producing canned food for the Royal Navy. For centuries, sailors died of malnutrition. Now, they had variety. Ships could sail farther without stopping. This allowed for longer, more direct voyages. One of those long voyages was taken by a man named Henry Wickham. He smuggled 70,000 rubber tree seeds out of Brazil. The cans of food on his ship meant he could sail directly to Asia without stopping at ports where customs might find his stolen cargo. He sold the seeds, breaking Brazil's rubber monopoly. Fast forward to World War II. The Japanese invade Asia, cutting off the Allies' rubber supply. Desperate, scientists are told to find a substitute. After months of failure, a team at Harvard adds gasoline to liquid rubber. Gasoline and rubber create napalm, all because a French bureaucrat denied a man his reward for a tin can. A chain reaction from a kitchen gadget to a weapon of war. I have to include one more, a bonus blunder, because this one is still echoing. Teresa Lepori, elections supervisor in Palm Beach County, Florida, for the 2000 election. She designs a ballot to help elderly voters. She makes the text bigger to fit all the names. She designs a two-page butterfly ballot. Here's the problem. To vote for Bush, you punch the first hole. To vote for Gore, you punch the third hole. The second hole is for a third-party candidate. On election day, thousands were baffled. Over 19,000 ballots were punched incorrectly. Votes for the third-party candidate were 3 times higher than anywhere else. The entire election came down to Florida by 537 votes. It's almost certain that confusion over that ballot cost Al Gore the election. George W. Bush became president. His administration questioned climate science, staffed agencies with oil lobbyists, and pulled out of the Kyoto Protocol. Had Gore won a vocal climate advocate, the entire trajectory of climate action could have been different. A well-intentioned design choice, a confusing layout, 2 decades of inaction on a warming planet. The point of these stories isn't to place blame, it's to show the power of a single moment. A student showing a photo to a physicist, a doctor trusting a famous name, an inventor getting angry and moving, a supervisor trying to help the elderly. These stories show that anyone with a modicum of power or status can inadvertently alter the course of history. The choices you make today could have consequences a century from now. The good news, unlike some of these mistakes, the biggest problems we face aren't inevitable. By understanding that we are all connected to this web of history, we can make more thoughtful decisions. We can choose to be a butterfly that calms the storm, rather than one that starts it. Thanks for watching.